Yeah, like when they integrate, what was that article about they're integrating spider silk into human tissue. They're creating artificial skin for human beings where they're going to integrate spider silk into human tissue to make it bulletproof.
That's fucking rad.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
I heard that Peter Thiel, and I want to make sure I'm saying this right, but I think Thiel...
Yeah, look at this. It's bulletproof skin made from spider silk proteins and human skin cells.
I mean, this is, by the way, guys, this is all coming. Like, I think it's Peter Thiel, but it might be some other mogul in Silicon Valley is putting young blood in himself.
Yeah, it is him. Yeah.
It's him, right?
Yeah.
And so is that going to work?
Well,
because I'm kind of like,
ask
I
him.
might do it.
It's based. This is the theory that it's based on.
Forget about getting like a log dick. Tell me something that won't let me die, and that I will definitely do.
Well, not only will it not let you die, which it's entirely possible that it's going to extend your life, but more importantly, it'll give you more energy while you're alive now, which makes it fascinating because you're going to be able to
Would you do that?
things. Yeah, fuck yeah. I'm thinking about doing it tomorrow. I might fly up to Oakland tomorrow.
What about the spider
I'm
skin?
doing that too. Go ahead, man.
You're in for
shoot.
everything, right?
Shoot, bitch. But the thing is, the bullet will destroy your bones. See, they're going to have to do something with the bone. They're going to have to give you some Wolverine adamantanium bones underneath because like the spider silk's not enough.
How does Hugh Jackman get so jacked in like 4 minutes? What does he do? Steroids?
Steroids.
Okay, good. I was just
100%.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was
1,000%, 1,000,000%.
Good.
And he also does intermittent fasting, so he drops a lot of body fat.
Got it.
You know, you get into a state of ketosis. You don't eat for 14 hours. He pounds like low carbohydrate, high fat, high content. So his body's burning fat. He's doing tons of steroids, I'm sure, allegedly. Right. I don't know, Hugh. You seem like a nice guy. I'm not shitting on you, buddy. I like him. I'm a big fan. I like Hugh Jackman.
Yeah. He's handsome as fuck.
But I think he's on steroids.
Understood.
Pretty sure. Yeah, I'm just telling you. I'm an expert in that shit. I can tell. I mean, like it's very difficult to look the way he looks without doing them. Very, very, very difficult.
I saw him at the Knicks game the other day, and I'm like, man, he fucking beefs up fast.
Yeah. Well, he does the right shit, though. You know, I mean, that's the thing about like saying someone does steroids. It's not enough. Like you don't. It's not like he takes a pill.
Do you think people should do steroids? This is a conversation that my So I started working out 3 years ago. Finally taking it serious. I've had two trainers full time. They travel with me. I've really gotten into it. Got my life.
Damn, you how many trainers?
I've had. I only have one trainer at a time.
And they travel with you.
But they travel with me. So I was really out of shape. Like, never worked out. Didn't have a muscle in my fucking body 3 years ago. And I'm like, I'm gonna die. This is stupid.
Right.
And I can afford it. I'm gonna hire. I'm not held accountable to myself, but I'm very good at being accountable to others. That's why I run good businesses. I don't want to let the team down.
Right.
So I figured it out. I fucking found the binary switch. So I hired somebody, and they travel with me.
Well, that's
every day, 7 days
if you can afford that, that's an awesome idea because it will force you to work out.
But both of them are not both of them. The first guy, Mike, is like like it was interesting. He wasn't saying do steroids, but it was interesting to hear a perspective of like people. I've been fascinated by the steroid conversation in general. Like, I think certain things become taboo and then they don't.
Yes.
Like marijuana.
Right.
Right? Is steroids that? I'm asking you because I feel like you're closer to that genre than I am.
Well, they most certainly work. 100%.
Yes.
So let's go over that first. Let's take it from step by step. Here's what's important. It's very important that young people don't do them. And this is why. Because you ruin your endocrine system. It's very important that young people realize if you do get
under 18?
No, even
15?
into your 20s.
Okay.
When you do steroids and you're a young person and you have a healthy endocrine system, what happens is you inject exogenous steroids or exogenous testosterone into your system. It shuts down your natural production of testosterone. And then you're fucked because then when you get off the steroids, your body doesn't work right. Your testicles aren't functioning correctly, and it takes you roughly, depending on the person and depending on how you treat it, like what treatments you use to kickstart your endocrine system again, half the time you're on the steroids to recover. So if you did a 2-month cycle, for 1 month you're going to be miserable and your dick's not going to work.
Got it.
So it's very important for young people. However, once you get older, like I'm 49, then it becomes...
When I hear that, that's why people do it.
What do you mean?
Well, because it's a self-esteem enabler.
Uh-huh.
Right, for a guy. And if I'm a guy right now, like, and I feel like I need the muscles for the summertime, he's like, I'm going to go on a cycle for 2 months. I'll have a shitty, like, fucking May or, like, April, and I'll be ready to roll.
Yes,
I mean, I'm asking.
But no.
Okay,
you know,
because...
you should get your blood work monitored. Like, if you're really considering doing something, I think the most important thing is to do very little. to do just a small amount. Give yourself a little boost. You don't want to go fucking hog wild and take some Anadrol 50 and turn into a fucking gorilla. You don't want to do that because it's too much of a shock to your system. However, when you're in your 40s, like you are, then testosterone replacement therapy becomes a very viable alternative because your body is just simply not producing testosterone correctly. However,
can I become a gorilla? Because I just got excited.
You could kind of.
Yes.
It'll take some time. But here's the thing, like the Hugh Jackman thing, because I get back to that. That motherfucker works hard. There is no way you look like that unless you work hard.
So you have to do both.
Like really, really, really hard. You got to do fucking heavy deadlifts, heavy squats. You got to shock your system. You got to get your body to think, holy shit, this crazy asshole wants to carry around gigantic amounts of weight. We're fighting against gravity. We have to incorporate all of our resources. Your body does not want to use resources to get bigger. It just doesn't. It resists it because it's not healthy and it's not a smart survival tactic. Like for your body to put on all this meat, then all that meat needs fuel. Like your body's not totally convinced you're going to have this fuel because for thousands and thousands of years, food was very, very difficult to come by. So for your body to be convinced that you're doing this all the time, we need this extra mass. Like you have to have massive amounts of food and massive amounts of work. That's hugely important. And then steroids. Those things too. But more important than steroids is balancing your diet out, making sure your nutrient levels are all consistent, they're all healthy, that you have the proper amount of vitamin B, vitamin D, all these different essential nutrients, essential fatty acids, all the proper amino acids. Like a steroid is just a Band-Aid on
How often
your
do you work out?
At least 5 days a week. At least 5 days a week.
Zero?
No, probably 3 days a week.
I'm kidding.
2-3 days a week.
Jamie runs a lot. He's a fucking stud. But I do a lot of different shit.
I love
Jamie.
hoops.
He's a fucking runner. How many miles you run? A lot of miles, right?
Not right now. So I told you I'm doing weightlifting, and I was just getting back into basketball. I was shooting hoops this weekend.
But when you were at your peak of running, you were running some pretty impressive
25
numbers.
miles a week easily.
Yeah, it's